And good morning, everyone. Welcome to This Day.
Good morning. Today is Thursday, November 7th, and we take you back in time on this day in 1492. Very first discovery of something.
All right.
So we're going to keep you in suspense until after he tells you who's on the show.
All right. Sounds good to me. Well, we have a guest from the Hoag Lung Cancer Program, and Dr. Polston is here today. Going to talk about that program. He is the program director. Also from the Old Pros, Sheila Bialka and Kara Shallon will be here today. They got a couple things they're going to be talking about that are coming up. One of them is tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. And Joan Milliman is here with Robert's Rule Study Club, talking about their meeting coming up on Saturday. And then Chuck Hale from our video club is here today. And they're going to be doing a YouTube class next week, and he'll tell us about that. It's a very popular class, and it's backed by popular demand.
Well, that's good. Good deal. All right, so we have no meetings to tell you about today. So fabulous. You don't have to worry about any meetings. All right, so this day in history in 1492, the Einstein meteorite is a stony meteorite observed to fall on November 7th, 1492, in a wheat field outside the walled town of, I know I'm pronouncing this incorrectly, but Einstein, in then Alsace, further Austria, which is now France. The meteorite can still be seen in the Einstein Museum. The fall of the meteorite through the Earth's atmosphere was observed as a fireball at a distance of up to 150 kilometers from where it eventually landed. Residents of the walled town and nearby farms and villagers gathered at the location to raise the meteorite from its impact hole and began removing pieces of it. A local magistrate interfered with the destruction of the stone in order to preserve the object for King Maximilian, the son of the reigning Holy Roman Emperor Frederick III. A piece of the meteorite was sent to Cardinal Piccolomini, also later Pius III, at the Vatican, along with a number of related verses written by Brandt. Now, Sebastian Brandt, from 1458 and died in 1521, is a satirist and author described the meteorite and its fall in the poem Loose Leaves Concerning the Fall of the Meteorite in German and Latin, as you can see there. So very interesting how they sort of describe the meteorite and where it fell, and there it is in the museum. So very interesting on this day in 1492.
Wow, that is very interesting. Yeah, that's cool. You found something that, I haven't heard about that one before. Very good. All right, now, as far as our weather goes today, it's going to be about what we had yesterday, except it's a much thicker marine layer. Actually, it's an inversion layer, meaning that there's warmer air on top of cooler air. It's pushing it down. Therefore, we are getting low-level fog here this morning, and the coastal areas may be sticking with that for quite a while today. But for us, it's going to be clearing up pretty quickly. Here's our temperatures. You can see them rising Friday and Saturday, and we're going to get some mild offshore Santa Ana wind conditions. But at this point, it does not look like it's going to be very strong. Maybe certain areas through the mountains and passes area and more north of us. But it is in the forecast, but no red flag warnings are issued for that. Just nice on Sunday. We go back to 80 degrees and then a little bit more of that early fog. I think on Sunday we'll probably start to see some of that marine layer come in the evening. Now, around Orange County today, just absolutely beautiful everywhere you go. Nice. Palm Springs is 92 and Arrowhead, look at 68 up there, and because they're above all this fog, so it's really nice. And everywhere else just really beautiful. Beach is about 75 degrees, and so we're probably going to stick with this pattern for quite a while, and that's because there's a high pressure system, this dome of high pressure that is sitting off the coast of California-Oregon border. We've seen this in the past. It'll sit there on and off for weeks, couple months during the fall, and it prevents any of that moisture coming down from the Gulf of Alaska. That's why there's no rain in the forecast anytime soon, and they're predicting more of a drier winter. But that's not unusual either. We had a very wet winter, and usually afterwards, the next year, becomes very dry. It's all part of the deal. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
holiday season is near, and Diane's Hallmark is your one-stop shop for the special people in your life. We have beautiful, unique gifts and decorations, women's clothing, religious items, cards of course, and a wide selection of amazing, fun items you must see to believe. Come see why so many of your neighbors come to Diane's Hallmark for their holiday needs. Diane's Hallmark is close by in Laguna Niguel. Stop in to see our broad selection of year-round and seasonal gifts and cards.
Most real estate agents stick to the 3 Ps of marketing. They place it on the MLS, they put up a sign, and pray that it sells. Laguna Premier Realty takes a different approach to marketing your home. From professional and high-quality photos, to high-definition video, single property websites, and 3D virtual tours. We will make your property stand out and, most importantly, sell. So whether you are looking to list your current home or find your dream home in the Village, Laguna Premier Realty is here to help.
Now at LA Carpet & More, you can transform your kitchen and bath and get 50% off. Plus, get 5 years 0% financing. Call 800-684-4100 for an appointment or visit one of our closest showrooms.
LA Carpet, #1 for you.
Now at LA Carpet & More, you can transform your kitchen and bath and get 50% off. Plus, get 5 years 0% financing. Call 800-684-4100 for an appointment or visit one of our closest showrooms.
LA Carpet, #1 for you.
Hi, it's Desiree from Irvine Subaru, where families come first. As a family-ran dealership, your family's safety is our #1 priority. Come in and find the perfect Subaru from the largest selection of Subarus in Orange County. All models are top safety picks by the Insurance Institute of Highway Safety. We offer the ideal balance of safety, performance, and economy. Irvine Subaru, more Subarus, more safety, more performance, more love.
What's happened to healthcare? It wasn't so long ago that your doctor understood your health history because they were part of it. From labor pains to life's health challenges, you could rely on that relationship with your family physician. Then something happened. Healthcare changed. Seeing a doctor can feel like running into a stranger. A 60-minute wait for a 6-minute visit. Hogue Medical Group is here to change all of that. Our doctors do more than react to illness. They become your personal physician for life. Always listening, never rushing, helping to chart a healthy path together, walking with you at every turn. This is the way healthcare was meant to be, with enhanced features such as same-day appointments, care coordination, and direct access to Hogue's world-class professionals and services. Hogue Medical Group. We listen, we care, we're committed to you. For life.
Welcome back. Well, it's Lung Cancer Awareness Month along with Men's Health Month. And we have Dr. Daryl Perlstein here who's going to talk to us about their screening program. Well, welcome. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
So let's talk a little bit about Lung Cancer Awareness Month and why is this month specified as that?
Well, I think it's important just to draw attention to lung cancer. In many ways, lung cancer is the great neglected healthcare crisis in our country. Wow. And I think many strides are being made to draw attention to it and improve the treatment and care and overall survival from lung cancer.
Wow. Well, you know what? Talk to me a little bit about lung cancer and some of the issues that you're seeing these days.
Well, the issue, in my opinion, is that we got to catch it early.
Okay.
Lung cancer is really no different than any other of the cancers that people are more familiar with, in the sense that it's curable if you catch it early.
Right.
We all know people that have survived breast cancer, colon cancer, prostate cancer. Lung cancer is thought of a little differently in the sense that if you got it, people think that it's more or less fatal. That's completely untrue. If you catch lung cancer early, which we can with screening programs, it's just as curable as any of the other types of cancers people are more familiar with.
So talk about screening. At what point is is it necessary for you to be screened?
So obviously you don't want to screen everybody for lung cancer because you're going to cause more problems than you correct. You pick up incidental nodules, you expose patients to radiation. However, if you screen people that are at high risk for lung cancer, mainly smokers, the chances of finding a nodule when it's early, a cancer when it's early and curable, is extremely high.
You know, there was always a lot of talk about secondhand smoke and how we would be exposed to it on an ongoing basis. Do people like that need to worry about it?
There's a slight increased risk of lung cancer in patients that have been exposed to lots of secondhand smoke, but it's minimal compared to what smokers are exposed to.
Okay, all right, and then let's talk about currently what you're looking at from a smoking perspective. I mean, it's not just cigarettes anymore. There's a variety of other things that people are smoking. I know it's fairly new, but what are you hearing and seeing now?
Well, I have whole talks and that's actually a different topic where we talk about vaping and the dangers of it.
Okay.
You know, in my opinion, vaping is smoking 2.0. It's been repackaged and rebranded, but it's basically the same thing.
Okay.
Many of the same dangers, and in fact, some new dangers. You know, our children, I'm a father, I have 2 teenagers we're exposing our children to. But in terms of cigarette smoking, tobacco smoking, what we're talking about, there have been many national trials in the United States, in Europe. It shows that if people are screened annually with a CT scan, it's one X-ray study a year.
Okay.
And you're screening the appropriate people, and there's a set of criteria for those people, you're going to pick up almost all the cancers when they're early and at a curable stage.
That's great. That's great. Is it covered by insurance?
Yes, it is. So because of the national trials, Medicare covers it, all the major private insurance companies cover it as long as you're in the appropriate category for risk.
Okay. Now, Hoag has a brand new offering regarding screening, so tell me a little bit about that.
Well, Hoag has been screening patients. We have the most robust screening program and have had it for 10 years. But now we found that a lot of the people in our community and even a lot of the docs in our community were a little bit unclear who's appropriate to be screened, and we were having trouble bringing patients back if they had one negative scan, but bringing them back year after year because that's where the benefit is. So now we actually employ a nurse practitioner. We have a lung cancer screening program, and you can actually call into the program, find out if you're an appropriate person to be screened, and if you are, we'll follow you through the whole process.
Okay, all right. Well, that sounds great. What are, but I know you said, at what point were you going to call in to a nurse? When should someone do that?
I think anybody who has a history of smoking, who's concerned that they might be at high risk, they should either talk to their doctor or they can call us directly, and we can counsel them to learn if they're an appropriate person to be screened.
What are some of the other causes of lung cancer? Well,
obviously, people develop lung cancer who have not smoked. That's an increasing percentage of people. It's about 20%, somewhere between 15 and 20% at this point, okay? People talk about radon, people talk about secondhand smoke, people talk about asbestos, but nothing is as significant as cigarette smoking.
Okay, and is this someone that's been smoking for a long period of time?
Yeah, so the cutoff point seems to be in people that have had an exposure of what we call 30 pack years. So a pack year is 1 pack a day, every day for a full year. So somebody who smokes 2 packs a day will smoke a pack year in 6 months. Somebody who smokes half a pack a day will smoke a pack year in 2 years. But it's a quantitative measurement of how much exposure somebody has to cigarette smoke.
So if somebody smoked 1 cigarette a day for 30 years, then what it would be?
It would be small.
Yeah, okay, okay, because my mother smoked for a very long time.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Social smokers, yeah, the risk isn't there for social smokers.
Oh, okay.
Which may be fortunate, but there are lots and lots of people that have smoked 30 pack years. And right now we're learning that only about 4% of the people in the United States that should be screened are screened. 4%, which is extremely small numbers. So what we're hoping to is to increase that number and find more people with early stage lung cancer when it's curable.
So you now have the screening process that we mentioned. If you do give talks and you are talking to other physicians, is that something that you're recommending, obviously, for others, if only that small amount is being screened? How do you get the word out?
By coming on shows like this and talking and hoping that people will sort of learn that this risk is out there.
Okay. All right. So thank you so much for the information. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
It is Lung Cancer Awareness Month, so whatever we can do to help spread the word, that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And then if you have any questions about what we talked about here today, you can go to hoag.org/cancer, or you can dial 949-7-CANCER. We'll be right back after this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hiring a realtor you trust is the first step in selling your home. Selecting an escrow company that can safeguard your money and personal information throughout the transaction is the next step. Escrow Options will guarantee the safety of your personal information and funds from the risks of wire fraud and cyber theft. Choose the escrow company that works for you. Escrow Options Group, protecting consumer assets in escrow since 2005.
At Freedom Village Assisted Living, we provide loving care and support when your loved one needs it most. We believe in laughing more and caring more. Dining will be an experience, not just a meal. We offer opportunities to create new memories. Your family will feel like they are part of our family as we work toward creating an extraordinary difference in lives worth living. To schedule a tour and complimentary lunch and for more information, please call us at 949-340-8108 or visit our website, freedomvillage.org.
Get out and live your life with the Buzz Around XL travel scooter from Golden. The Buzz Around is fun to drive with a tight indoor turning radius so you can go just about anywhere. It's also so easy to charge and offers all-day range so you can go further. The Buzz Around even has more leg and foot room for all-day driving comfort. Be safe with the XL's ultra-bright LED headlight. Plus, the Buzz Around XL can be easily taken apart into several lightweight pieces. See for yourself just how easy and affordable mobility freedom can be.
David's in jail? Where?
Here in San Antonio, ma'am. I'm David's lawyer, and I'm trying to get him out of jail.
Well, what do you need me to do?
Why, $700, or better yet, send me a credit card number and I'll get him out of jail immediately.
When in doubt, hang up. Scammers will find family facts for an emotional effect.
Oh, can I talk to him?
I'm sorry, ma'am. He's in jail. If you want to get him out, you got to get me $700 immediately.
If at all in doubt, hang up. It could save you from financial ruin.
Well, as you can see, I have a smile on my face because I always have a smile on my face when the old pros are here because they just crack me up most of the time. But I have Sheila Bialka and Carol Shallon is here in incognito. Hi, gals. Nice to see you. Look at her little hairdo. I love it just because she is going to go for a rehearsal for the radio show.
Oh, yes.
I love it. And we were just talking about the radio show and all the fun things that you guys are going to do. So tell me about it.
Well, the radio show is coming up this Friday and Saturday. Friday evening, Saturday evening, and a Saturday matinee. And Sheila will tell you about Sunday in a little bit.
Okay.
But, you know, we're finding out that as demographics change, not as many people are familiar with old-time radio, which was wonderful. It was a time where you really used your imagination because you would have the actors where you couldn't see them. So all you could do were hear them, and they had to paint these wonderful stories with their voices.
Right.
On top of which we have, I will say, the Foley artists. The Foleys are the people who make the sound effects for these shows.
Right. Right.
So,
and we don't want to give it all away, right? But
no.
But I'll say that I tried to get them to bring some props, but they said they're big and they couldn't bring them in. But one thing that Sheila was telling me about is, you know, when you have to make a horse sound, you know, you have to have this. I thought it was just cups, yeah, like that, but it isn't. Tell me a little bit about what you have to use as an example.
Well, they've got something that they scrape with their fingers, you know, it's like, what is it?
Well, Mark got the gravel, and then Evie, our Foley
You said there was
artist.
something that you had to turn.
Oh, that's the wind machine.
That's the wind machine.
Oh, that's the wind machine. Oh, see, now we did
so
kind of give it away.
So you get the horses and the wind machine go in, and it sounds like they're really, you know, coming at you.
I like it. I mean, you guys always do such a great job with everything you do. Now, let's talk about some of the things that you are going to cover. You're going to do our Miss Brooks.
Yes, that is, and when we were talking to the reporter from the Globe, she was not familiar with our Miss Brooks.
Oh.
So this was a wonderful original radio show with Eve Arden, and I think Gail Gordon was the principal, but she was a school teacher.
Okay.
And it was just a fun, silly show with all these great characters, and that's what makes any show today on TV. It's the ensembles that make it so special.
Right, and then you're going to do The Lone Ranger.
Oh, yeah. I have the honor of directing The Lone Ranger, and it is, well, yesterday our dear technicians, Hugh and Ryan up there had put the music together, and for the first time in and going through our half-hour segment, we had the Lone Ranger music, and I'm watching the guys, and they're bouncing up and down in their chairs like they're on the giddy up. We're we're chasing that bad guy. It was a hoot.
Well, you got to get into character, right? So
Absolutely.
perfect. Good for you guys. And then one last thing you're going to cover is all about Eve.
Oh, well, that is our drama. Lux Radio Theater used to do these wonderful dramas. In fact, Barbara Rush in past years had done Sorry, Wrong Number for us. This is all about Eve. Originally, they took the well, it was a movie, but the radio theater version had Betty Davis, Ann Baxter, and Celeste Holm. I'm playing the Celeste Holm character, which is why I look like this today.
Well, that's okay. We like it when you wear your wigs.
Oh,
She always has wigs. We call it her wig wall.
She does get into character.
Yes, no
that.
kidding, no kidding. Okay, well, let's have Sheila talk. We'll come back to this in just a little bit, but let's have Sheila talk about a really exciting, you have Tony Lindsay performing.
Tony Lindsay.
Okay, awesome. Tell me about it.
Look at the people he's got with him.
Yeah.
He's got 6 superb, and I say superb, performers with him, and they're fine musicians in their own right. They've all worked with, Aretha and all these stars. Tony's done backup singing for most of them. He's sung at the, what's the big football game at the end of the year?
Oh, the
Super Bowl. He's done the Super Bowl.
You see, we're a sports enthusiast.
And then of course, he lives up in the Bay Area, and he's a big supporter of, what is it, David? The Warriors, that's it, yeah. He came in here with his Warriors hat on. So he always sings the Star Spangled Banner at their games. And he opens up a lot of the games up there with this. So he's very well known in that area, and very well known.
Big thing was he has been the lead singer for Santana for many years.
25 years.
I mean, that is the tops.
And what a treat. I mean, you guys, it's one night only. So you want it now. What differentiates between $20, $30, and $40 tickets?
Place in the audience.
Okay, so it's where you
front,
sit.
middle,
Gotcha.
back.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And I think a lot of people will want to get up and dance in the aisles. So
well, I would imagine
are buying tickets that are close to the aisle so they can get out.
So they can have go into the pit area, as you would call it at a real concert, right?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Well, that sounds like so much fun.
It's going to be terrific, and he's very charismatic. He's very well. I mean, he's been at it since he was 4 years old. He started when he was 4.
Right. And how did we find out about Tony?
Oh yeah. How did you?
Alan Williams, who played Charlie Brown for us.
That's right.
It's his cousin.
Oh, that's right.
They grew up in upstate New York, singing in the hallways of where they lived.
See? Look at that. Isn't that crazy?
At 4 years old, and they've done everything from the Beatles to Santana. And he'll do a bit of everything for us.
I love it. That is so fun. All right, so that is going to be on Sunday, which is this Sunday, November 10th. It's going to be at the Performing Arts Center.
5 o'clock.
And you still have tickets available?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but hurry because it's probably going to sell out.
Yeah.
When it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And then where can they find out about this information? Where do they go?
They can call me, or they can go to the box office. I mean, they can pick up a flyer. I think everything's on the flyer. The history of him and the background.
Our webnet.
Our website as well, which is ocoldpros.org.
Perfect. ocoldpros.org.
Yeah.
Lots of information on there.
Yeah. Okay, good. And then let's go back to talk about what's happening tomorrow and Saturday, which is the Old Time Radio Theater. That's going to be on Friday, November 8th at 7 p.m.
Right.
And Saturday, November 9th at 2 and 7 p.m. So you'll have 2 shows. Tickets are $8 and $10. And again, you can go to ocoldpros.org.
And that is a good deal.
Well, I like the fact
really
that you can
good
see
deal.
what what would have been heard.
Well, that's
past,
the fun of it. And the performers are in semi-costume. They're not dressed fully, but they've got the star on their chest and the hats.
So you can kind of see who's who.
Yeah, originally when we started doing this, we really recreated with people in 1940s costumes, and then they'd be standing there at the mics. And things have changed over the years, and we just need to give people more of the visuals these days. Actually, we have more fun getting dressed up and doing that.
Oh, yes, you do.
Yeah.
I know you guys do. And Halloween, too. They were really good. One last thing I want to touch on is something you said, is you said the demographics are changing. Tell me a little bit about what you're seeing now in the village.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a younger crowd. When we started talking about the radio show nowadays, a lot of people aren't familiar with these programs. And so it's just saying, well, you've got to come see and find out what it used to be like.
Right.
And they were well-written scripts and a lot of fun. And especially these days when there seems to be so much turmoil in the world, people want to laugh. They want to have a good time.
Right.
They want nostalgia, and this is very nostalgic, but we'll see. Let's hope that we can attract some people who don't know radio.
Well, right.
Come and
Well, to
enjoy.
be entertained, and I like the fact that you guys are willing to go out and do it,
out
right? And
on a
educate
limb.
people, right? Go out on a limb and do it.
That's the old
Thank you for
pros.
taking
We're always-
risks. All right, ladies, thank you so much. It was nice to see you.
Thank you, Lisa.
All right. And remember, don't forget to get your tickets for Friday and Saturday's performance of the radio show, and then Sunday with, what's his last name again? Oh, Tony Lindsay. And you can go to ocoldpros.org. We'll be right back.
For one night only at the Performing Arts Center, the former lead singer for Santana.
Are you sure you like that?
He'll be performing a mixture of Motown and traditional R&B that will take you back to the magical days of your youth, plus greats from his years with Santana. Don't miss this one. One night only, November 10, 11-time Grammy Award winner Tony Lindsay at the Performing Arts Center.
Gloria always went big. So we helped her plan a memorial service that no one would soon forget. This one's for you, Gloria. Only a Dignity Memorial professional can celebrate a life like no other. Find out how at dignityorangecounty.com.
Looking for a Medicare plan? It's time to look at SCAN.
It's a different type of company. Members are the most important thing.
It's not about the bottom line. It's about what's right.
From the phone call to the help, the service, the benefits, everything.
Comprehensive Medicare coverage. Exceptional service. That's how it should be. If you're new to Medicare, have both Medicare and Medi-Cal, or have been diagnosed with certain chronic conditions, you may qualify to join SCAN now. Call or ask your broker about SCAN today.
Hi, I'm Ann Mundell Noel, audiologist and owner of Amazing Hearing. As an audiologist, I have the education and expertise to assess, diagnose, and treat hearing loss. Hearing aids are only one part of the treatment process. The way we have been taught to fit, counsel, and use hearing therapy is what makes us different. Amazing Hearing, audiologists with the education, expertise, and empathy to change how you hear.
Did you know that the Laguna Hills Lodge was originally built as a place for relatives or friends to stay when they were visiting? In 1968, Laguna Woods' residents built the first two buildings of the lodge because they wanted a place close by for visitors to stay. Since then, the lodge has become the spare bedroom for the Laguna Woods' residents. The lodge has received the TripAdvisor Award of Excellence 8 years in a row. We invite you to stay in one of our recently remodeled garden rooms and take advantage of a special offer for Laguna Woods' residents, family, and friends.
Well, back with me today is Joan Milliman, this time wearing her Robert's Rules hat, and they are having their meeting coming up, as they usually do, the second Saturday of the month. So that will be this Saturday. So welcome. Always good to see you.
Hi, Ken. It's good to see you.
Yes.
Long time.
I know, it has been. So today, you are going to be talking about the most frequently used motions.
Right. You know, it's one thing to be able to vote something in.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the main motion last time. And this time, we're going to talk about motions that change the main motion.
Okay.
So you can vote one subject in after another, but it's slow going and you can't change it. What if you want to have a different place to meet than other than what's put on, or maybe postpone the action entirely?
Mm-hmm.
You can't do it if you just have to vote for or against the motion, and that's it. So we have all these motions.
Right.
Called secondary motions. And they have 3 categories. There's the subsidiary motions, which assist in treating the main motion. They change or refine it, like amendments and postponements and that sort of thing. Then there's something called the privileged motions, which have nothing to do with the main motion, but pertain to special matters of importance, usually some kind of physical comfort for the assembly. It's too hot in here.
Yeah.
It's too cold. Or I can't hear. You know. All of that prevents the meeting from going on. So a motion of privilege, I rise to a motion of privilege. I can't hear.
I've never heard of that one before.
Yeah, well, it just comes and goes, and you don't.
Yeah.
You don't think about it.
Yeah.
And the third category are incidental motions, which pertain to the procedures of how matters go on. So you may hear people say, "Point of order." That is an incidental motion. It has nothing to do with the main motion, but it is necessary to resolve it in order to proceed with the meeting. Well, if you have the nerve to look up how many motions there are in Robert's rules, you will find that there are over 80 motions. So what do you do with that? You know, in the back of the book, it's all in a nice table, and it talks about every single motion. Problem is, it's not, those motions are not in order. The way they work together is that they're ranked. They're actually put in an order. So, for example, the main motion is actually the lowest in rank, and what supersedes it is an amendment. You have to, if you amend the main motion, that has to be voted on before you vote on the main motion, which is logical. But and if you postpone the main motion, that takes precedence over the amendment. So you can postpone it, and if it's voted for, then everything goes away until you postponed it to a certain time, and that's it, and then you take it up then. Maybe it needs more work, or you can refer the motion. That too takes precedence over an amendment and over the main motion, and you can, you can refer it back to the committee. Not enough work has been done, and so on. Other things that subsidiary motions do is some of them can interrupt the speaker, like point of order. That interrupts the speaker, and the president says, "What's your point of order?" And you say, and then the president rules on it, whether that's in order or not. And some motions don't require a second. That wouldn't require a second, for example. Some can't be debated. That motion can't be debated. Point of order, can't debate it. And it can't be amended. It is either a point of order or it's not.
Yes.
And some require a 2/3 vote, such as if you move to have the time extended on debates, you know, during that time, or the time shortened on the debates. That takes a 2/3 vote because it changes the rights of the people, you know, to proceed. So there are several like that. And if you cancel or change any previous action, that's a 2/3 vote. But everything except the ones that interrupt has to be voted on.
One of the things that went on the other day in one of the meetings, and I think in your meeting, the JRF meeting, and I think this might have been done wrong from what I've learned from you, the wording in that somebody said, "I would like to make an amendment to send this back to committee." It should have been, "I'd like to make a motion." Am I right?
Neither one is correct.
Okay, neither one is correct.
If you're going to make an amendment, I move to amend. Those are the words you use. And on or I move if it's a whole motion. Now, repeat your question.
Well, requesting it to be something sent back to committee would not be an amendment. It would be
a motion.
It would be a motion,
right? And to
because someone said, "I'd like to amend this to send this back to," and I know that it's just a wording thing.
But you would say, "I move to send this to refer this back to
Right.
committee.
See, I'm learning from you.
And the word refer is the word that's used. We never
Okay.
use it, but we say, I move to send this back to committee
Okay.
for further work.
Okay.
And then there's a vote on that. It's not debatable. You're either going to send it back or you're not. If it's sent back to the committee, that's the end of the motion at that time. It goes back to committee for work, and then we'll come up again
Okay.
under unfinished business. So these things are very workable. Jim Slaughter put together a parliamentary motion guide of the most used motions,
Okay.
which makes it a whole lot easier than going back here to the 86 motions that
Right.
are in the Roberts Rules on a chart in the back. But here he's put it together in order, and so the highest one is to adjourn the meeting. If you're in the middle of a debate and someone moves to adjourn, you have to vote on adjournment right away.
Oh, wow.
And they can't be interrupted. They can't interrupt a meeting. They have to be recognized. That's a saving grace. It requires a second.
Okay.
And there's no debate and no amendment. You're either going to do it or you're not.
Okay.
So that it's logical. And if one reads this chart that Jim has put together, and other parliamentarians have done similar things.
Okay.
So across the top of the chart, if you want to, say, close a meeting, you say, I move to adjourn. Is it possible to interrupt? No. Does it need a second? Yes. Is it debatable? No. Can it be amended? No. What kind of a vote does it take? Majority vote.
Okay.
But here's another one that's interesting. Well, if you want to limit or extend the debate. So you say, I move that debate be limited to 3 minutes
Okay.
per person. Or the entire thing be limited to, say, 20 minutes. We can't go more than that. And does it interrupt? No, so you have to be recognized. Does it require a second? Yes. Is it debatable? No. Again, you're either going to do it or you're not. Can it be amended? Yes. The length of time could be changed, for example. Or
Right.
but it requires a 2/3 vote because it cuts everybody off at unprecedented time. What else can I tell you? Oh, sometimes people want to kill a motion. So you say, I move that the motion be postponed indefinitely.
Okay.
And that has been used. Can it interrupt? No. In other words, you have to be recognized. It needs a second. It is debatable.
Okay.
Now, when it is debated, you have to give the reason you want to postpone it. And so they talk about the motion.
Okay.
Can it be amended? No. And it requires a majority vote. Well, if it's killed, it can be brought back
Okay.
the next meeting.
Right.
But for that session, it can't be talked
Okay.
about. And there's a way to bring it back with another motion.
Okay.
The next meeting. Some people confuse tabling a motion with postponing a motion. If you table a motion, you say, okay, you lay it on the table, so for that session, it can't be talked about again. If it passes, again, you have to be recognized, and a second, and so on, and a majority vote. So we're going to table the motion. Then it has to be brought back to the table for discussion and vote by the next meeting.
Okay.
If it's not, it's dead.
Okay.
And that's different from postpone indefinitely, because that can be brought back in another way.
Okay. All right.
Am I thoroughly confusing you? I'm just telling you ways that that the other motions are used. And importantly, although we have 86 some motions mentioned in the Roberts Rules, we usually use about 12 or so in a meeting, not all at once and not, each time. So
very interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It gets I can get in the weeds, but I don't want to.
I want to remind folks, if you want to find out more about this, that their meeting is this Saturday at the Towers at 9 o'clock. So if you'd like to join them.
And Jonathan Adler is going to be presenting this topic.
Okay.
And Jonathan's had a lot of experience with parliamentary rules, so please come and listen and participate. I think you'll enjoy it.
All right. Good to see you.
Okay.
You take care.
Thanks a lot.
All
Ken.
right. And we'll be right back.
Brilliant smile because of brilliant dentistry. I love her expertise, her knowledge, her wisdom, and most of all, her patience with me.
We take the extra time to understand our patients' special needs and always perform the highest quality dental work at affordable prices in a relaxing and friendly environment. We perform everything from cleaning all the way to implant and sinus surgeries all under one roof. Stop in or call and experience the brilliant smile difference.
Envision, the eye doctor's #1 choice.
I have worked with the doctors at Envision for over 20 years. Their experience, state-of-the-art technology, and positive outcomes have earned them my trust in taking care of our mutual patients.
With clear vision, all things are possible. To schedule your appointment today, contact us at 866-599-2740.
At the Memorial Care Breast Center, Saddleback, you will always find a friendly face to guide you through your annual mammogram visit. Our staff, dedicated subspecialist breast radiologists, knowledge, and innovative technology await your visit to our center. With the Laguna Woods shuttle service right at our sidewalk, this convenient location offers you quick access for your appointment. You can expect nothing but the best for all your breast health needs at Memorial Care Breast Center, Saddleback.
Family-owned Capistrano Toyota, our new VIP equity department wants to buy your car paid for or not. This exclusive buying program includes complimentary no-obligation appraisal at your home or at our dealership. Top market dollar paid for any make or model. Any loan balance will be directly paid off if there is one. All DMV documentation handled for you, and your equity check will be delivered to you. Interested? Please call Capistrano Toyota at 877-857-0124 or visit online at capotoyota.com for program details.
Individual care, specialized care. At Harvard Eye Associates, your vision and quality of life can be trusted to a group of specialists that provide advanced technology for the treatment of cataracts, including laser-assisted surgery, a broad range of intraocular lenses, and astigmatism correction. Come join the circle of care at Harvard Eye Associates, where the future of vision is today.
And Chuck Hale is with me today, and he is with the Video Club. And coming up next week on Tuesday, they will be having a class about YouTube and everything about it, how to upload things, how to download things, how to search for different subjects that you may like. And, well, there's a lot to it, isn't it?
There is a lot
But
to
it's fairly
it.
simple.
Well, it sounds simple, but the purpose of the class, or let's talk about the purpose of YouTube to start with.
Okay.
3 guys invented it. They worked for PayPal.
That's right.
And in 2005, they wanted to create a site for uploading videos and sharing of videos.
Right.
So that's the primary purpose of YouTube, is the sharing of videos.
That's right.
So you can have a lot of different types of videos, but in the class, what I like to do is, it's going to be a lecture. Okay, it's not a hands-on type thing, it's a lecture. But I have created 10 individual tutorials, and I put them on a DVD. And these are going to be a handout to the students that show up. Okay, so I will walk them through the tutorials, but then they can go home with the DVD and practice.
Okay.
That's the big thing.
You mean it's not on streaming? It's not on YouTube?
Yeah, all my tutorials.
I don't think people use DVDs anymore.
all my tutorials, that's a true statement.
Yeah.
That's a true statement. Let's see, what would you like to know about the class, or what can I tell the people about the class?
Well, the top one you have on here is creating a YouTube account. Of course, as we know, that's hooked up with Google, although to go search for videos, you don't need an account, so to speak. I guess if you want to subscribe to things, that's always there for you, then yes, but in general.
You're doing my interview for
yeah.
me. Yeah, what else did it?
Yeah.
You know, and I do that. The students come in, and the first thing I teach them, before they do anything else, is how to create an account.
Right.
But first of all, the purpose of the students showing up in the first place is they want to upload a video and share it with somebody.
Yes.
Okay, that's the object. So I teach them how to create an account. Then I teach them how to upload the video. But now here's where the fun is, and this is where most of the people want, is they will copy the URL or the link to that video, and they put it in their email and send it to their friends.
Right.
And that's the objective, okay, is whether there's a birthday or an anniversary. In my case, I do a tremendous amount of traveling, so I have a lot of travel videos. I have a section of pure humor. Some of my golf stories are outrageous. Okay? I got a few spiritual ones, you know, with backgrounds. But I show them how to upload them and then how to send them out. Okay? But then there's more than that. But that's the primary purpose. Most people will come in the class for it. But then I teach them how to download. Okay? That they want to learn something. All right? I'm in the process. I want to learn something. I brought my visual effect here. All right?
Yes.
Okay? A recorder. And I had no idea how to play this thing. Right? So I went into YouTube and I downloaded 10 tutorials on how to play a recorder, right? Now, I do a tremendous amount of RVing. I'm on the road 2-3 months out of the year. So I picture myself, and this is just in my head, sitting along the side of a lake with a fishing pole in the water, campfire, sitting out there with my computer with YouTube connected to it, and learning how to play a recorder.
Right.
Okay? So there is a tremendous amount of learning in YouTube.
Right. There is.
Another example of downloading or learning things from YouTube, because it's a great tool for inquiries. That's what I call it, inquiries. And in fact, it's actually the third largest in the world. Okay, I have a daughter that recently wanted to replace the battery in a car, but she wanted to do it herself. So she went on YouTube, learned how to change a battery.
I've done that myself. I had a while back, I don't know, 2-3 years ago. The dishwasher wasn't working.
Yes.
And long story short, they sent me, it was still under warranty, so they sent me the control module. You know, didn't charge me anything. Okay, how do I put it in? Looked up the model number, did all that, watched the YouTube video, and boom, put it in. So you can learn just about anything you want. You want to look up car reviews. You want to look up vacation spots. You want, you know, one of my favorite things to do is you look up point of view shots at theme parks and roller coasters and things like that. It's like you're riding on the ride. It goes on and on.
It goes
it's
on
a lot of fun.
A quick note is I have a goal in mind for this year. I have a little RV and my girlfriend and I want to, we're widow and widower. We met on the Laguna Woods campus and we have a great in common. We have a little RV. We want to go clear around the United States. Right?
Very good. Good for you.
I mean, that sounds like a real project. But the planning process, I'm going into YouTube and putting in cities, what to do, what to see, where the RV parks, and you know, ratings and stuff like that. A couple of other things that I've used with YouTube, but we want to talk about what the students are going to learn.
Okay.
Is I did a video, of an emergency evacuation on board a Princess cruise where they had to airlift a patient up and off of that. And that's got a tremendous amount of reviews. Another thing that I've used YouTube for is to promoting a women's shelter for abused women, and asking for donations.
Yeah.
And that little 6-minute video produced $42,000 in donations for that link.
That's great.
So it's just, so anyway, that's the many uses. Now, what else am I teaching in this class? I'll go back to my notes here. Oh, you've uploaded a video. Learn how to delete the video.
Right.
Unless you want to leave it for there and there. Then in the video lab, we also have hardware and software up there for video editing. So if you want to convert something, like you have old films that are in an MP3 format, and you want to make them up to date, you could convert them and then upload them.
Yes, that's right.
key codes. That's something I invented, called key codes.
Okay.
So if you type in, or you add when you make your upload, and in the description or the title, you add what I call a key code.
Right.
So if you typed in...
So same thing as a tag.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, okay.
VCOFLW. I'll repeat that. VCOFLW. That stands for Video Club of Laguna Woods. But if you type in that key code, you'll probably get about 200 videos. And some of these are magnificent videos that were used in a once-a-year awards banquet. Okay. As you can see, I have a little trophy here.
Right.
All right. And every year, the Video Club has we used to call it Oscar night. I think we've changed it to called Goldie's night.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know about copyright or something like that.
Yeah.
But if you type in that word, VCOFLW, you'll get all the entries.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, and some people here in Laguna Woods are very, very talented. Okay. The new thing this year, I just learned it, how to make playlists. All right. And that's a neat thing. And guess what? I had to go on to YouTube to learn how to make playlists. But one of the reasons why I do my own tutorials in YouTube is I have geared my tutorials to our age group.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, that's a big difference. You get some of this stuff that's too technical, it goes right over the head. So I keep it simple.
And I think
easy
that's a
to
good
do,
way to do it.
To do it. And so playlists is the newest thing, all right? And you can send the link to the playlist. For instance, I just went on a 30-day RV trip up to South Dakota, the Mount Rushmore, the Badlands, and stuff like that. Well, nobody that I know of, no friends of mine, is going to watch an hour-and-a-half long video.
Right.
My travel plans would just drive somebody nuts. But I made 7 little videos so that you can pick and choose. So I send them the list, or the playlist. They can put that into YouTube.
Yeah.
And they can pick and choose what they want to watch.
All right, I want to remind people again that this is coming up on Tuesday, and this will be November 12th. That's the date, over at the Video Lab, which is next to Clubhouse 2, from 10 a.m. to noon. It's $5 for members, $20 for non-members, and the non-member price will also include your membership to the club for a year. Chuck, good to see you.
Always fun.
All right, you take care. Hey Laguna Woods, it's Ken.
And Lisa.
Did you miss an episode of This Day? Not to worry. Head over to youtube.com and search Village Television.
Here you can find each episode of This Day and other community programs such as Good Day OC, Discovering Laguna Woods, and much more.
Just click the red subscribe button, then click the bell to be emailed every time we upload a video.
Don't miss out.
And subscribe today.
Aetna takes a total approach to health and wellness. With Medicare Advantage plans that offer health coaching and fitness memberships, plus hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage in one simple plan, with monthly plan premiums starting at $0, and wide provider networks including doctors and hospitals you know and trust. Aetna Medicare Advantage plans. Call today. We'll send you a $10 Visa reward card with no obligation to enroll. Or visit us online at aetnamedicare.com/TV.
If you asked me what I wanted to be when I was a child, I would have told you a princess or an astronaut, maybe even a chef. But things change. I may not have become a princess, but I found someone who treated me like one. I may not have become an astronaut, but I still got to see the world. I may not have become a chef, but you would never leave my house hungry. The Emeritus Institute has kept my love of learning alive. Every day is a new adventure, and the Emeritus classes have made it possible to keep living out my dreams. Sign up today and begin your life's next adventure.
Welcome back. Our Friday movie is My Dog Skip. And that'll be at 2 and 7 p.m. And it is an adorable movie about a boy and his dog. Set in Mississippi in the late 40s, shy young Willie Morris lives with his parents, and when his only friend goes off to war, he's left alone. His father, who lost a leg fighting in the Spanish Civil War, is withdrawn, so his mother buys him a dog, and his life is transformed. Not only is the dog his best friend, but through him, Willie can make friends and learn about life, and he and his beloved dog munch on milk bones together. Ew.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Milk bones are
nutritious.
Good. Cleans your teeth.
I guess it cleans your teeth. All right, that stars Frankie Muniz, Kevin Bacon, Diane Lane, and Luke Wilson. So that looks adorable.
Yeah.
And I guess you can have like snacks while you're watching.
Yes, you can. No, good. That's a good movie. It really is. I've seen that before. All right, now I've seen this one before, and this is The Lion King. This is the newest version, the 2019 version. They call it live action. Obviously, it's all CGI, but just done magnificently. And the voices in here are Donald Glover and Beyonce and Seth Rogen. James Earl Jones is back to do Mufasa. And I think we all know the story about the young lion cub that sort of gets ousted because it is thought that he was responsible for the death of his father. And of course, he meets Pumbaa and Timon, and they've got a couple new songs that are in this. This was very well done, and directed by Jon Favreau, who of course does the Avengers movies and all, who's also the great actor. And what's interesting about this, when he did this movie, there is one real scene in it. Everything else is computer generated, so he snuck in a scenic shot that's real, and he wanted to see if anybody could figure out what it was.
Don't tell anybody.
And the technology beyond this, when they were doing this, they actually wore VR goggles so the actors could be within the world that was created. Yeah,
nice.
Excellent. All right, good weather coming up. We are going to get warmer Friday and Saturday because of offshore winds will be here, but nowhere near where they are. They're going to be slight Santa Ana wind conditions. So we bump it up, you can see, by a few degrees on Friday and Saturday. Nice. Then it goes back down again, and the fog should be back on Monday, so that's good.
Oh, no.
I like the morning fog.
I know, you like fog.
But it clears,
cold.
it's clearing up.
Well, I'll let you know how much fun it is in the cold, because I'm heading off to Ohio this weekend.
Okay, it'll be cold up there.
It's going to be chilly. All right, tomorrow we have United Mutual Update, Sterling Financial, Concerned Citizens, and the Hadassah Club.
Yes.
That sounds interesting. All right, have a great day in the village, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Mama used to Mama used to Mama used to